Terraria's bigger and bolder update is finally here, and has been met with a mostly positive reception, maybe a bit of confusion with a couple of choices. Anyway, I decided to pick the game back up for a summoner playthrough, because I have Stockholm Syndrome with this class, and it's been long enough since I last played that I don't remember how soul-draining it can be to play. Luckily, the update revolutionized the summoning class. Wait, what do you mean they buffed melee again? Anyway, please enjoy the beginning of this new summoning playthrough. Look at this. I'm not sure why they thought to add that, but I'm happy with it. It's very inclusive, male-female slime. In what circumstance is any of that necessary? It's even got bounce to it. Yeah, let's go with that. What do I want my eye color to be? Oh, hey, that looks pretty good, actually. But yeah, don't worry about FNAF 1. The duality of me. I do not know. I'm leaving it up to chance. World name? Oh, let's just do expert. Master is just unnecessary. We're trying to have fun here. And master mode's kind of like you took the game, threw it into a septic tank. And yeah, that's about it as far as my analogy goes. Crimson. I guess that's fine. Do you guys ever do this thing where you give yourself two options and you only realize after the wrong option has been given to you that you actually wanted the other option? Look at that. Look at how young and spry the guide is. Colon. Look at how pinchable his cheeks are. Wait till I see the dye trader. I've seen a few of them. Obviously the one in the thumbnail, which I feel entirely normally about. I feel towards that image as if I were like, well, hypothetically, if I were a normal person, I would feel normally. Have you guys noticed that like 50% of content on YouTube right now is like AI? I really can't help but notice. That just sometimes I notice. Whenever I see the video of the kitten like saving a baby from drowning on a desert island. At first I really do think it's real, and then I'm like, wait a second. No, I forgot AI exists. Oh well. I've made a lapse in judgment here, I think. I wanna apologize in advance. I feel quite normally about a lot of things. I know that's rare in the content creation space, but personally, well, I just have a very normal and average opinion on things. I hope you'll be able to forgive me. Are you... Really? Crimson on both sides? We got Crimson on both sides? I get the impression you don't want me to play the game at all. Flagga-gagga. Crimson on both sides, that's just evil? Yeah, it is evil. Crimson is the world evil. I've been saying that for years. I do say that quite often. That's one of my original vocal stems that I came up with. You're free to take it. I didn't patent it or anything. Just like credit me whenever you say it. That'd be nice. Flagga-gagga was my favorite childhood show. Is that an actual thing? I've been hoping, ever since I came up with that, I've had like this high and mighty superiority complex about that phrase. And I was just kind of like wishing upon a star that I didn't somehow come up with a word that already exists. It's my wubba lubba dub dub. I'm not gonna say it anymore after that. I did watch Yo Gabba Gabba. I watched that a lot. That was like my main childhood show. I distinctly remember the Jack Black episode. And also that episode with the one lady that is the same lady that sang Body Rolls. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor and go watch that music video. It's really good in like all regards, I think. What class should I go? Summoner because of the new whips? I really want to do Summoner. I really like playing Summoner. It might be one of my favorite classes. Are there like a handful of weapons scattered throughout the entire progression of the game that are borderline useless and have terrible AI? Well, gosh darn diddly squat, yes. And boy do I love it. I like gaslighting myself into thinking I'm actually playing a class, because that's what it feels like sometimes. This ultimately is a victory. You think I just died? I could see how you'd think that. It's just a screen glitch. By the way, if I seem tired and my voice seems really rough, so the stream was scheduled for 4 o'clock p.m. and I might have woken up at 3:30. I love the hurt noises. You know, looking at my character, I realize I probably know a few people that look like this, and I probably don't like them. The dev was talking about some major updates soon. The math... I'm sorry, can I... Walks into your big chest, my head caught between your pecs. I'm sorry, Slime. Was I wasn't looking where I was going. Baka. I know sometimes whenever I play the game, I look like I become a lobotomite for 5 seconds. It's because I'm looking at my second monitor. Okay, that's new platform placement. Who did that? I like Evolved. That's like one of my favorite games ever. I think I've got 1,500 hours in it, which is tame compared to a lot of people, but it's my second most played game behind Terraria. I have almost 1,700 hours in Terraria, somewhere between 16 and 1,700. 6, 7. Laughter ensues. I think Arc does to the mind something similar to what an abusive, toxic relationship. The Venn diagram between Arc and emotional relationship abuse might just be a circle. Oh, that's nice. That is lovely. Watch me get a Pharaoh outfit. Don't bring that up. Makes me think of Don't Starve Hamlet. You want to know something? That last Don't Starve Hamlet video I did with Wormwood, I'm really proud of that video. It's just everything that happened during that. I'm so proud of myself. I pat myself on the back. Like, that was a very tense experience. I just got like the best item. Awesome. I wish it got more attention. But that was a video that I would have liked to do well, because I just thought it was probably one of my better 100 days videos, and it was the most recent. Underground Desert in hard mode stinks. I think Underground Desert in general huffs fart. Not the good kind. Yup. There we go. Can I please? Oh! I know I said I'd do Summoner. I will. But, okay. Would have liked to not get 2 muskets, but that's fine. Hey, Romeo. Wow, you. That Edwin. Edwin, you say? It's okay, Twin, I can mix it up early game. Thank you, Twin. I appreciate that, Twin. Start digging in your butt, Twin. Aw, thank you. I have to control myself, and I think we all are guilty of this to a point. You know, if you're introducing a new friend to the game, it's probably not good for new players to start on expert. Does anyone else have that issue where they want to introduce like a friend to a game that they're experienced in, and you kind of try to force the more difficult or more complex option onto your friend who hasn't played the game because you think that's the correct way to play it? I try not to be the guy that does that and then also like drags my friend to the game so they're like not even really playing it. That is so awesome. The game just got so much more bearable. That was point blank. I'm sorry, dude. Like your head was in the barrel of my musket. That was... wow. I think I just vomited in my mouth a little bit. Okay, quick question. Does anyone here know anyone or is someone that has a stand-up desk? I don't believe people that say they prefer having a stand-up desk. What in the world is wrong with you? I guess what went wrong in your life that you'd want to stand up at your desk? You know what that makes me think of? That makes me think of those little toddlers that like stand in front of the TV, stand up whenever they're playing with their little like play sets. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. The toddlers that go around in those little walkers, they're like strapped into these circle things with the toys all around them. That's what you look like to me. You're an adult. Sit down. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna like try to keep the peace or anything. Cancel me? Fine. I don't care. You do what you want, man. Just gives me more power at the end of the day. Just fuels my victim complex. I recently had an injury, not like extreme. So I worked at the cafe job a while back. If you don't know this, I worked at a cafe for a little bit. And I didn't realize that for our entire lives, my family has just had dull knives. Like, I didn't realize knives were actually meant to cut things. I thought that was just like a joke people told. That's just some like movie effect whenever someone's cooking on TV, like, oh, that's just special effects, you know. Knives aren't meant to cut anything. They're meant to like crush and barely go through anything you're trying to cut. That's just how they're intended to be. But no. And after working at the cafe and getting to use like an actual knife that isn't blunt and rusted or something, it was like an eye-opening experience. And so I went to the store and I got this really nice knife, this really nice kitchen knife. And that thing has like a self-sharpening sheath. It's amazing. And oh my gosh, the first time I used it, I swore I could fly. Anyway, so I've been using it a lot. And the other day, I was cutting garlic, which if you've ever seen garlic before, if you've ever met it, garlic cloves are kind of small, and garlic juice is a little slippery whenever you're cutting it. It's slippery, then it turns sticky. I'm going fast on this garlic. I'm chopping this garlic, I'm mincing it. And then what happens is I'm moving like the last bit of a clove in, and I bring like the base of the knife down straight across the tip of my thumb. And well, to be quite honest with you, I may have cut the tip of my thumb off. Just the tip, really, not the worst. But I was bleeding quite a bit. And so here's the thing. I cut my thumb off with a knife covered in garlic juice. I didn't cut my thumb off. Basically coated the open wound with garlic juice. I then ran over to the sink to wash my finger off. I didn't know we have a gas heater, so our water gets like absolutely boiling hot. My sister had previously run straight hot water out of the sink. So I cut the tip of my thumb off, it's covered in garlic. I run boiling hot water over the finger I just cut open. It hurt slightly, let's just say it hurt slightly. Then I proceeded to go to the bathroom as my family tried to find our first aid kit. For some reason I was the most composed in the situation. I was just like, yeah, just like wrap my thumb or whatever. But as my sister's wrapping my thumb, she has a hold of my hand. It's just like, hopefully no one's embarrassed by this. We couldn't find the first aid kit, so they wrapped a maxi pad around my thumb. And then, as my sister's like trying to wrap something around it, just like some medical tape to keep it in place, I black out while standing up in the bathroom. And I just like go stiff and fall backwards with no chance of stopping myself. I'm just out for a few seconds. And then I'm like become aware again a few seconds later, and I'm just like on the floor, and I've like slid between the wall and the toilet, and my sister is just holding onto my thumb, trying not to let me get hurt as I just completely stiffly fell down. I don't know if anyone's ever been in a situation like that. If you've ever gotten like an open wound or something, or injured yourself, even if you're like not panicking or it's not that big of a deal. I don't know if it has to do with like a change in blood pressure, but it is really easy for you to faint. So we finally got it all figured out, and I got that on there, and we're like, okay, we found the med kit. We'll fix it up later with like an actual proper bandage, but for now the maxi pad was fine. So come that night, it's time to take off the maxi pad. So I go to take off the maxi pad, and lo and behold, the maxi pad is completely stuck to the exposed bit of my finger. I'm pretty sure part of the maxi pad got like stuck under the bit of my thumbnail that I cut off. It kind of went under my thumbnail. And so I spent the next 2 hours in the bathroom soaking my finger in like slowly trying to peel the maxi pad off of like the exposed bit. And I think that was like the most excruciating experience I've ever had to go through. Just sitting on the floor, bleeding on myself, trying to slowly work off a maxi pad that is stuck to my tip of my thumb that I cut off. I did actually have to like sit on the floor. Every time I like tugged on it like too hard and I made like any progress on getting it off, I like went lightheaded. I eventually got it off and we wrapped it, and now my thumb, you can't even tell. You can't even tell that ever happened. I also circumcised my thumb all the time with a cheese grater. That's not the word I would use. Yeah, I guess I did circumcised my thumb. Be really careful with sharp knives, because it is one of those things. Oh yeah, I also went back and I picked up like the tip of my thumb. My sister picked up the tip of my thumb off the cutting board, and she was like, I don't know if you like want to see this, but this is what you cut off. And it wasn't too bad. It was just the tip of my skin with a chunk of my fingernail. It was fine. It was a really strange experience to just hold a piece of myself that I cut off. There was like a weird mental thing, because it felt like I was holding the tip of my thumb, but it wasn't on the tip of my thumb, and something about that just didn't register in my brain very well. Excuse me. I'm really hoping they fix some of the AI issues with Summoner, because that does hold back the Summoner class a lot. It's mildly irritating. It's r/mildly irritating. That's what I should have did. Whenever I cut off my thumb, I got a picture of it. I should have just posted that to r/mildly infuriating and been like, cut off the end of my thumb. Screw my stupid chud bucket life. Aw, Billy. You know what I think I appreciate about the character portraits is now there's no misinterpretation for people to not know that the angler is a child. Because I have a feeling that a lot of people thought of him as like this kind of old, short guy, but it's a kid. Billy, what are you? Are you stupid? Yes, you do say blah blah. This is one of the new items which changes your voice, which is a really interesting idea. My iconic 45-hour fishing stream where I'm completely silent. There you go, that was my impression of my silent fishing stream. Did y'all like that? Because that's what you'd be getting if I did a fishing stream. That little snippet right there, there's more where that came from. That's inconvenient. I'm gonna run out of ammo and then I'm gonna be useless. Oh, that's the zombie noise, okay. I would have expected it to make the deep noise that all the solar eclipse vampires make. I don't care if you kill the angler, I would do it myself if I could. I did encounter a poo boulder last night on the Zenith Seed with my friend, if you can even call him that. My plaything that I manipulate. Really, that's all friends are at the end of the day. How would you guys feel if I became one of those like really edgy, disconnected, over-the-top, dramatic people that actually talk and think like that? Basically like a parallel to Andrew Tate. I just manipulate and take advantage of people for the fun of the game. Lol. Excuse me? Really? Okay. Let's go. You and me against the world, buddy. Why is there a rock following me? First off, it's a boulder. And secondly, he's my friend. I'm already dramatic and emo, kawaii, edgy lord? What? What? You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. That made me smile. Guys, I need your opinion on something. If you have a friend who is spending time with his girlfriend instead of the boys, and I'm not saying I'm partaking in this, but is it okay if your friend is hanging out with his girlfriend, who he lives with? Is it okay for you all to collectively call his girlfriend a foid? Not that I would ever engage with that. It's not okay to have a girlfriend. Oh, phew, wipes brow, cries. Good thing I don't have to worry about that. It's all in good fun. Don't worry about it. She's in the Minecraft realm. We're all... Void is such a stupid word. Oh, new mushrooms. It is female humanoid, right? That's what I've been led to believe. It's sad because anytime I make an ironic joke, I know there's people out there that like fully believe and unironically are just like that. My inventory. It is crying out. The worst offense my homie has is skipping D&D, which is frankly unforgivable. Perfectly good reason to insult his girlfriend. You might wonder how someone that plays D&D has a girlfriend, and I'm really not sure how that happened. Glitch in the Matrix. Can we leave Ashton alone? Ashton is literally a little guy with feelings too, and I hope everyone realizes that. How far down am I? I'm so full and round. Many such cases. Skipping D&D is like skipping the best part of the friendship. It's true. Also, that slime just took all of my money. And there's so many skeletons. Oh no. This is... Well, this is just something. Get this out of here. Stop that. You are utterly ridiculous. Looks up from my pail of milk from the cow I'm milking. This is utterly ridiculous. This horrifying skeleton army approaches. I dread it. Goodness. Friends are just pawns in which you use to play D&D. That's true. Friends are just the pawns that I manipulate and I use to my benefit, such as hosting tea parties and having fun dates. They don't realize they're part of my ploy whenever I ask them to hang out and play games. Whenever I do things for them just to see the smile on their face, they don't realize what I'm really doing is manipulating them like a mastermind. Whenever I cuddle my homies, it's all for the grand plan and the end of things. Whenever I tell my homies that they're so important to me and I love them and I truly mean it, trust me. It's all part of my plan. Who put all this stuff in my inventory? Loquinely. I'm saying things again? Yeah, I tend to do that. Guys, I need relationship advice. My favorite streamer, and I am your favorite streamer. Just, let's get that out of the way, am I right? You're mine. But my favorite streamer is talking on his live stream. I clutched my pearls and gasped, how could he do this? I want my streamer to only communicate and comment on things in a series of grunts and whines. Anything more is betrayal. Oh! Spider. Get away. Oh gosh. Get away. That was tense. I'm your savior. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm getting mauled by spiders. Put a pin in that real quick. Please change my hairstyle. 15 gold. 15 gold, you say? I poke your eyes and make a doink noise like the Three Stooges. If I got a haircut in real life and they asked me for 15 gold, I would literally not give it to them. By golly. Well, I hope you get wrapped up and eaten and die. How dare you overcharge a working class man such as myself. Anytime I go to buy something and it's more expensive than I think it should be, I'm gonna start killing people. Thorns. Attackers take damage too? Huh. This is actually parallel to, well, the way I hurt those around me IRL. Ask for a monk haircut. My friends keep telling me to get a buzz cut. I would rather, I don't know, fill every orifice of my body with dirt or some other, you know, sedimentary material. I'm insecure about my head shape, frankly. What if I'm walking down the street and I don't walk down the street often, to be frank, but also as myself. But hypothetically, let's say I'm out of public and the most beautiful woman I've ever seen walks by and I have just had my head freshly cut off, so I'm bald, and she loudly proclaims to all the other passerbys, "Look at the head shape of this man." I don't think my heart could take it. Right woman would not care about my haircut. Okay, I'm going to get like the most abhorrent haircut now that you said that, because there's definitely some haircuts or styles that I could get that might be problematic. You don't know if the large divot in the center of my cranium helps? Do you think I have like the Tyler 1 photoshopped head dent? I should wear a bone in my hair. I think it'd be a lot more attractive. Here, girls, I'm gonna tell you what I find attractive as a man. What you need to do, you need to take like a cut of ham or steak, you take that center round bone piece out and hollow out the middle, and you use that like a ponytail without washing it. That sets my heart on fire. I need a girl whose hair smells like ham. Sticks finger down my throat and vomits all over my computer screen. Now it's time to build houses, mayhaps. I'm gonna explore the world first. I don't want to do that. How many hours do I have in Terraria? Let me check. Terraria, 1625. In Tmod loader, 400. So on PC, 2000. Slight amount. I'm good at Arc, but that's not a positive thing to say. That's really detrimental to like any social status you have to say you're good at Arc. It's like saying you're good at smelling bad. It's not that impressive. I really got the old dungeon layout. Gosh darn it. Okay, so there's been no giant trees, so I guess no fledgling staff. Great. What is that? Goggles. Hey, I'm looking pretty good. Have you seen the party girl's new sprite? No, is she like, gah? Is she gah, stick my eyes out of my head, awooga? Or is it like other reasons? Such a basic spot, perfect. I will just stop playing the game. I'm sorry for like having to, I mean, I just try to kind of be happy and have like any semblance of joy in my life, but I forget that that's not allowed until my stream just runs in and just rips it out of my hands. It goes, happiness. You think you deserve happiness? Chuckles evilly, raises eyebrow, brushes hair out of face, rubs belly suspiciously covered in oil. No. No. See, that's where you're wrong. See, this is chat right here. This little worm is chat. And that bomb is my love for all of you, obviously. You love building in Terraria, this hurts. Dude, why? What's wrong with it? There's some people in my audience that watch stuff that will just watch me do anything and go, this is hurting me, this is painful. Quit watching. I dare you. I dare you to pry your eyes away, because you can't. I know you can't stop watching. Have I ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so freaking good. Are you 7 years old? You're going to die soon. I will see to it. I hope you guys didn't want to see anything. So I know I said I was going to do Summoner, but as you can see, I've come across no summoning anything. That was another criticism I had towards Summoner. Compared to the other classes, going as a Summoner, you have to go so out of your way and like intentionally look for summoning things, because you're not just going to come across them very often. You kind of have to know that they're already there. What is this? Dig Toys. Selects Dig Toys to help mining. Left click to direct Dig Toys. Right click away to recall Dig Toys. Right click to pet it. Ooh. Hello? Hi. There. What in the world? There he goes. That's really cool. I can pet him. Oh. A goblin army is approaching from the west. That is actually fantastic. I'm going to have an awful time because I have like no weapons. I actually am going to get skewered, but that's nice. Does this look like a setup that I need to be getting a goblin army for? This is a little early, don't you think? This might take a while. Can I tell the story about me going to the doctor and being mistook for a girl because of my name? Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, I haven't heard this. I was scheduled to get a x-ray, and as you know, x-rays, radiation, you probably don't want to do certain scans if you're pregnant. That makes sense, obviously. So if you're going for an x-ray or an MRI, they might, at least the hospital I went to, schedule you for a pregnancy test. And so I came in for my x-ray, and they had me pre-scheduled to take a pregnancy test. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure we can, I think we might be able to cancel that. I guess Ashton's a girl name. I don't know. I've only ever met dudes named Ashton, so I don't know where that sentiment comes from. Also, that stylist is going off? What in the world? Look at her. Now I just have to fight this mage mini-boss the whole time. Okay, well, this got a little bit more problematic. Slightly. Only slightly. What other thing implies that I'm either a woman or pregnant? What do you mean? Gosh darn it. Get out of my hole. I forgot I can destroy these. I am not playing like someone who has as many hours as I do. The Goblin Army's been defeated. Wow. Yeah, it sure looks that way, don't it? Please, nobody right now make any comments about my chests. I will sort them later. You have to believe me. You want to know something? Compared to most other streamers, I'm not like other streamers. I'm different. You won't die. Compared to a lot of other streamers, I'd say I'm... well, I can't help but notice I'm just incredibly normal. You know? Overwhelmingly, cripplingly, debilitatingly normal. I wear gray t-shirts, I wear khaki shorts, I eat food, I eat unseasoned chicken like any normal man should do. Unseasoned chicken and rice. I have a friend who works out a lot and meal preps, and it's just like canned chicken and rice. And it hurts my soul. To be fair, I understand it to a degree. I mean, if you're like really dedicated to something and you're, oh, there you are. Oh, you're so cute, Xanos. A lot of people that do that in meal prep are just concerned with like the nutrients and the macros, that it's like, I guess you're serving a purpose. If I eat food, I'm gonna want to enjoy it because I really like to cook, and I'm a pretty good cook. I do think cooking is becoming a lost art, which is really sad. It used to be like a necessity that you had to cook to live. For me, I see cooking as like just a skill you should have. As a functional human being, I think you just should be able to cook, but it's so surprising to me how many people just don't know like even the basics. There are some people who don't know like the first step to even start cooking, and I find that really confusing. I remember I was invited to my friend's house and we had this, ooh, that's something. We had a day where we were all like, oh, we're gonna look up a recipe to make a pizza. You know, like do the dough, everything from scratch. Ultimately, it ended with people just asking me to finish making their pizzas for them. I remember what happened was in the recipe, it said, and this is This is a mistake people that write recipes make whenever they don't realize that some people don't have like a good understanding of just like how things work in general. Because the recipe said use a generous dose of like olive oil on the pizza dough. In my eyes, a generous amount of olive oil is like a tablespoon, maybe a little more. That's a generous amount because you don't really need that much. My friend's idea of a generous amount of olive oil was like submerging a ball of pizza dough in like half a cup of olive oil. And that was just like, my goodness, dude. I guess whenever people think generous, I could see that being a mistake you make, but it's like, his pizza just tasted like olives. Like I fished the dough out and I basically I dumped all the olive oil and it still ended up just tasting like olives. There's some people, I've always helped cook. I've always been taught to cook, so it seems intuitive to me, but I don't know. I don't know from the perspective of someone who just doesn't ever cook. I need to stop sitting around with my thumb up my and build some houses. Would I ever try to do a stream while drinking / I almost said driving while drunk. Don't worry, I've got a drunk driving stream scheduled to celebrate my 21st birthday with everyone, and I'm really excited about it. My booze cruise stream. Check my fresh. Shut up. That's why it was so expensive. I guess she didn't like being stranded in underground. You know what? If I was being surrounded by spiders and somebody asked me for a haircut, I'd probably charge them more too. Wow, look at that. My first summoning weapon. Wow. Look at me go. I mean, it's alright. Would I rather be hacked to pieces by a dull machete or eat a really tasty burger, like really super yummy? You know, I've been asked this before, and that's always a really difficult question to answer. On one hand, I get chopped into bits with a dull machete. On the other, I get really yummy burger, and I do like burgers. Is this asinine? Is this stupid? This feels like a really asinine thing to even like humor. Pretty sure this is suitable housing already. Missing a table? You cuck. Okay. Screw that squirrel in particular. What do I need to do? I need summoning weapons. The first thing I think of is the flink staff. So I guess I'm gonna go to... I believe there was... Yeah, I did have a minecart that went to the snow. So I guess I'm gonna go farm flinks. Ugh. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, the triple jump. Oh, wait a second. I have dig toys. Yes! Here, boy. Go! Okay, we go a little further than that. Are you telling me you can't because there's like a little bit of... Okay. There's a little bit of water. There's a little bit of gap in the... I just can't do it, really. It's whatever. Flinks, come here. I need to, like, murder you and rip your hair off. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodbye. Your life of indentured servitude is not yet over. Okay, I see. Whenever he encounters, like, water or a gap, he just sings a little tune and thinks he's cute. He says, I'm a little guy, you can't make me do anything. And you know what? Gosh darn it. Chuckles looks down at my big feet. They're so big. Maybe I shouldn't go with Summoner, because if I was going for like any other class right now, I would already be way ahead. I could just break down and get a mini shark and be happier, probably. I'm out of here. I am so out of here. Gosh, what fun gameplay. I have enough platinum for the flink staff. Fabled, wow. There you go. Fedora. Wow, I look really good. What am I? What is this creature that I am? Twitch is very toxic. That goes for every place, but yeah, I noticed Twitch does have like a different breed of people. I wouldn't even say most of them are bad. I say it depends on the community you come across. There's a lot of nuance with stuff like that, and I hate nuance. I want to hate people and call them bad names. I want to talk bad about people and be right, but there's nuance, and I don't like it. I don't like having to think about the consequences of what I say about a broad group of people. Oh, the humanity. Thinking back on my own Summoner playthroughs, it was such a grind fest, and I cannot imagine streaming that. Like, I'm thinking about the vampire frog staff, and it's like, I might have to, like, fish and, like, sleep in a bed for days on end to get enough blood moons if I get really unlucky. Are you guys willing to stick through with that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Twitch creators are awful. The top creators on Twitch are, like, corporate soulless and, like, terrible, out-of-touch people. I don't know, it's so weird. All the top streamers are, like, terrible people. I don't know how that turned out that way. I blame the platform because I think Twitch themselves, like the higher up people at Twitch promote that kind of behavior. I do think it is baked into the platform somewhat for bad people with bad intentions to get into high places. There is a couple of good Twitch streamers that I like. Obviously RT Games is good, Astral Spiff, and those are actually like good people. But it's like the people like that, they're big, but they're not like the biggest. Like, I think of, like, Mizkif and XQC and people like that, and I'm like, ugh, it's depressing. There are good people on Twitch, it's just, it's not, like, the top rung of people on Twitch are not good people. Okay, look at that, my class. I finally have a class set up. Wow. It should not have taken me nearly, like, 4 hours to get to the point that I'm at now. But Summoner is just like that. One of the longest playthroughs, I can usually beat the game pretty quickly, but I had a Summoner playthrough that went on for like 40 hours. That is really long to me. But all that time, it wasn't even like sitting around, that was me actively like grinding just to progress the game through Summoner. Because like I said, if you want to play Summoner, you better be dedicated to playing Summoner. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna do that. This is perfect. May not like it, but this is the ideal way to do things. There we go. Get them. Other enemies, you're being really inconvenient right now. And inconsiderate. Imagine that. And nothing. Awesome. This is the summoning stream you signed up for. We all wanted this, right? Is that the summoner build you see? Yeah, and you also see me fishing. Oh, that's how you know it's a summoner build. Oh, the bride. I'm not killing you, because if I get a wedding dress, everybody's going to tell me to put it on. Welp. That was great. But just put on the wedding dress, dude. Just put the fries in the bag. I look so beautiful. Okay, my character does not look like a man. Now that I'm really looking at it. Okay. This isn't a good look. This isn't a good look. Why is this slime alive? I don't want you to be alive. Oh, never mind. They added portraits for the slimes. It's great. I heard somebody say Pingus. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell a story. I don't know if I told this on stream since I've worked at this new place. Alright, I got a new job. I'm not gonna tell you where. But basically, my job is I stalk early in the morning. I guess I get up at 4 and go to work at like 4:45. So all my coworkers so far are pretty nice. But there's one that's just a little off. I don't know what his issue is. My first real impression of him is he's kind of a quiet guy. I never talked to, I still haven't talked to him really. One day I heard him come into like the back room as we were stalking and he like knocked something over. And I was like, that sounded really aggressive, but maybe he like ran into it. But then I heard one of my other coworkers was like, oh, he's having a tantrum again. I'm like, what? I talked to them and they're like, oh yeah, sometimes he just like goes on like a tantrum and he'll just start like throwing stuff. So if he's like in a mood, just like stay away from him or he might throw something at you. And I was like, excuse me, why is this guy still working here? But since I've worked there, he just leaves work, sometimes just doesn't come in. And then there was one morning where he was like outside taking pictures of like another girl's car that worked there. I don't know why. There's just like one morning he wasn't in the stock room and nobody knew where he was. And they were like, hey, Ashton, or no, they're like, hey, someone should go look for him. And like everyone just looked at each other. And then I turned around and there was a girl behind me. I looked at her, I made eye contact with her, and she just like looked at me and like made the hands like together pleading sign at me. And I was like, okay, I'll go look for him. He was just in the bathroom. I don't know what he was doing, but it's like, are you really? Why does this guy still work here? Anyway, everybody's really mad at him. He's been reported multiple times because he just leaves work and like doesn't do his job properly. And yeah, he's a real treat. I don't even know why they schedule him at this point. He leaves. He leaves work. It's really irritating. It's r/mildly infuriating whenever my coworker leaves work and we have to pick up the slack because he just left. r/mildly infuriating. My coworker is taking pictures of girls' cars in the parking lot. Oh well. I'm hoping I don't like get shot at work in the next coming days, like this guy just snaps or something. It'll probably be fine. Anyway, has King Slime always been that small? That's new. This is new. If you can hear it over the very loud whipping noise anyway. I'm sorry, I'm used to playing on Calamity or Infernum whenever he's like half the size of the screen. This is a really big change of pace for me. What did Isaac do to you? Alright, here we go. And I'm out. Sick. But now, I can make the Slime Whip, which apparently is really good. Yame Mash was telling me about this new game called Five Nights at Freddy's, and he said it's really, really good. Okay, there we go. Hey, there we go. I feel like he's playing way more comfortably after wearing the wedding dress. It's an interesting, made-up fake observation. Okay. Well, let's go then. Alright, I think this will go just fine. This is such a... Maybe I should have done Master Mode. Random Demon Eye thinks it's gonna get its chance. Look at me, Dad! Look at me go! I can help in the fight, too! I think the wedding dress is really helping. The Flinxes aren't even trying anymore. What are they doing? Okay, I'll just stand still, maybe. Okay, there we go. There we go. Arcane Shield of Cthulhu. That's not great. Arcane again. Fleeting. Wild. Risk. Quick. Don't access. Arcane again. Wild. Quick. What? Let's give Ashton the worst reforge possible until he has no money left. Wait, that's a good idea. Is that an... Oh my gosh. Aurora. You thought I had Crimson? Just a fever dream, don't worry about it. That is really pretty. Almost as pretty as me right now in my wedding dress. That is the only thing I wanted. Here, have a bomb. Let's pipe bomb in your mailbox. Here you go. Okay. Eat the apricot, marry the flounder, kill the boulder. No! I would never. I'm going to cry tears of joy. I'm out of here. And I think that should be it. Yep, there we go. Snapthorn. With no money to reforge it, but that's fine. You, my good man. Demonic. Force. Shoddy. Alright, good. This has been a good day for me. I'm gonna try and get the Vampire Frog staff, and then I'll probably be set for a little while. Could at least make leggings and a helmet for armor. I don't know why I have not done that. Is this intelligent, or is it smelligent? Think about it. There we go. I have a question. Do you think it's a good idea to make one of the summoning weapons that fills the gap in the summoning weapon pool obtainable through Blood Moon fishing only? I'm gonna keep ranting about my favorite class. Every other class, I feel like, has multiple options for every stage of the game that you can encounter through multiple ways. But with summoning, I feel like you really do have just like set weapons you have to aim for if you don't want to have a brutal existence trying to fight anything. I like Calamity because it adds a ton of summoning weapons that like fills in the progression. It makes the class a lot more bearable. And the Chumcaster. Well, that does improve my odds. This will help me get to it faster, but I would have rather had the frog staff. Great, so I got a fishing rod, a bow, and now I don't even have the item to summon the Blood Moon. So if I want to get the item now, I have to just sleep. I just have to sleep until I get another Blood Moon. I could just try doing Eater of Worlds with what I have right now. I know I could do Eater of Worlds right now. Like, I know I have the ability to. I'm trying to remember how much of a pushover is Eater of Worlds whenever I'm not playing a mod that bumps up its difficulty. I'll be fine. I will make you the most cobbled together crappy arena possible, Eater of Worlds. That is what you deserve from me. Horrid and disgusting and, quite frankly, pretty ugly, but it'll do. Guess what I could do? I could go fishing so I could make a summoning potion. I forgot that was the third orb. Yeah, it's a boss. Come back, please. So what would you say was better, farming for hours to get the vampire frog and doing that, or just doing it? And I can get my obsidian armor now, which I think I need a hellforge for. But first things first, I am going to make that mushroom summoning item, because I want it. There's also this. Doesn't seem that good. Massive. I can't believe the low taper fade meme is still massive. So if this Death Cells summon isn't really good, there will be hell to pay. Summons a mushroom boy. B-O-I. How quirky to fight for you. There's a meteor in the background, by the way. I don't know if anyone noticed. Okay, let's see. Well, here they are. The Mushroom Men. Mushroom Men, you will be tested against the Eye of Cthulhu. Get 'em. That's actually... Well, the important thing is it's piercing. It's definitely a Flinks upgrade. Eye of Cthulhu, you are ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. If I had one comment to make about the bigger and bolder update so far, it would be, I wish there were more I wish there were more summoning weapons. I feel like the summoning class is held together by duct tape sometimes.